I guess the first two questions, my favorite social media app would probably be Instagram. Just it's very versatile. You get reels, stories, posts. Keep in touch. But I think it definitely has negative. I think the negative aspects definitely outweigh the positive ones in terms of like health-wise. Because I find myself like when I'm scrolling, I'm laying down for a while, a couple hours maybe, bed rotting a little bit, as they say. But there is some like joy you get out of it, seeing funny videos. Like outside, it kind of brings people together in terms of like, oh, did you see this video? Have you heard this? So sometimes that'll be funny, like everybody kind of collaborating because they all know a certain meme and whatnot. But like I don't think it's really gonna change much. And even though I know that it's bad for me, but just kind of gotta get more active out there.
Do you think it's not only bad for you, but like kind of bad for society, or just like?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like there's stuff people will say on the internet and they won't tell you in real life. You know what I mean? And a lot of it's like, what is it, cyberbullying? I mean, outside of school you don't really like experience that as much, I feel like. But I think in terms of like seeing a video, people always have something to comment. So you'll see comments, you'll see different sides of it, but a lot of it's always kind of something negative. And people wouldn't say that in real life. But
that's true. That's true. They're
very bold behind the screen. Behind the screen, they're very bold.
That is true.
So yeah, I think that definitely, especially for the people receiving that negative feedback or comments, depending on who they are as a person, some of them might be able to block it out, but some people, it hits them a little bit harder. So just gotta be careful with what you say.
Definitely. What about the algorithms? Like, do you think when TikTok came out and like, I feel like that was the very start of algorithms, really. Making your feed.
Oh.
Like, how do you think that has changed social media or how you use it?
Well, at least me personally, when I post something, like I'm always gonna make sure it's something that like I spend my time on, like making a post or a story. I'm not gonna post like something random, but definitely want to. Anybody who's gonna see my profile, make sure that it's up and it looks okay. Intrigues and have some things to look at.
Makes sense.
And like TikTok, when you repost, TikTok
reposts. Okay. What do you remember from having no social media when you were younger? Was it better? How was your life different?
I think. Well, I was a kid before when social media was like first starting to pop. So I definitely had that like outdoor childhood, playing with the neighbors and stuff like that. And sometimes I like very much reminisce that because you don't see people doing that nowadays. Like we used to have like a basketball court outside my house and be playing in the street, but like you don't see that at all anymore. So definitely just the quality of life in general. But yeah, I definitely look back and reminisce some of those days when people are just outside, just be able to sit and relax and not have to like take a picture or
yeah.
And that. But yeah, definitely, because I think I was about 12, like in middle school when I first started kind of using social media. So all those years prior, I was still very much a kid and like enjoying that kid lifestyle. But I think nowadays, like you see kids that are like first grade, second grade with phones already. Like I didn't get my phone till like 5th grade when I was able to just like emergency contact purposes. But now people like those kids have YouTube and they just the shit they see on YouTube is like crazy. Like
yeah,
it's very they need to parental guidelines, and even then like you can only do so much. Because even when I was under like my parental guidance, I was still finding ways to like work around it, right? Like
imagine being a parent.
I know. So that's so like I feel bad sometimes, but I know like I'm a good kid, like genuinely, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely nowadays you don't see that quality of life in people anymore. Just being able to hang out outside and kick around a ball, throw around the ball,
For sure. Do you think you would ever like delete all your social media now, or do you think you could?
Maybe not delete. I definitely could take a break. Definitely keep my accounts active and up and running, so whenever I could log back in. But I don't know if I'd ever like erase my whole account or anything.
Why not?
Connections. There's people that I know from like I said, middle school when I first started my social media that I no longer keep in contact with, but I still like to see what's going on in their life. All of them are graduating right now, so some of them have kids already. It's really cool to see. People are starting their lives, so just kind of like that interaction. Liking a story does a lot. So, but yeah, I don't think I would ever delete like any account or anything like that.
Okay, that makes sense.